Become a DeFi Kingdoms expert part 2. Hello everyone and welcome to another DeFi Kingdoms video. Today we'll be looking at a couple more tools that can help you become an expert. In part 1 of this series we already saw a couple of excellent tools, so be sure to check that video out to be up to date with all the tools DFK has to offer. In part 2 we'll be taking a look at tools that can help you with a lot of hero information, stats for your heroes, stats and chances for summoning, how to find the perfect hero for your lineup, prices and price history, and some general stats dashboards and helpful images. So let's get started. DFK Adventures. DFK Adventures gives you all the information you need about your heroes and possible summon chances. It's divided by a couple of different tabs, so let's check them out. The first one is the Tavern Alerts. You can receive some mails when certain heroes are available in the tavern. Next up is Hero Data. Some very cool information here. You can either enter your own address here to see all the information on your heroes, or you can enter hero IDs here. From top to bottom you can see general hero information, hero stats, the total stat gains, and what you RNG-wise should have gotten per level. Below that you will find a lot of hidden data that's behind your hero NFTs. In genetics you will discover your dominant and recessive genes, which are used in the summoning process. But we can also already see the passives and actives that will be used for battles and PvE. Although we don't yet know what these actives and passives do, we do know that there is a similar tree as with the heroes in how rare and good passives and actives are. We've got basics, advanced, elite and even transcendent passives and actives. Perhaps this will mean that a wizard can have as an active a basic frost spell, for advanced a frost shield, an elite blizzard spell and a transcendent AoE ice storm spell. Pretty cool, right? But it's still all speculating. It does mean, however, that when you want to buy a hero, these hidden stats will play a role later, so don't neglect them. Furthermore, we can see the element type, and there are some stats that are completely unknown for now. You can enter a second hero on the top right to compare them, but what's even better is that you can now see the summon chances. You can see the chances for class, profession and what skills will be boosted, but also the aforementioned actives and passives. Critical information if you're looking for what heroes to combine to get good summons. We can look for particular heroes that match our wands in the hero matching area. However, this also requires us to make an account. There's another tool coming up that will do this without logging in, so we'll get to this later on. In the combat corner, we can start looking at our hero's capability in the upcoming PvP and PvE battles. I already touched on this in a previous video, but for completion's sake, let's take a look at it in this video. You can again enter a couple of IDs, but what's more interesting is to see if your own squad will be strong or lacking in some aspects. You can enter your own address here and then make a selection of your heroes. We already know that the battles will consist of 3 heroes, so in my opinion it would be best to have a strength hero, a damage dealer and some magic. What the best composition will be has to be seen. Perhaps we want a damage dealer mage, but it might make more sense to have a healer or summoner. Until we know what these actives and passives are, we can again only speculate. For now, I'll take my most leveled heroes, level 6 priest, warrior and archer. Lineup wise that sounds pretty good. We have our tank, our archer dealing damage, preferably from the backline, and our priest as a healer. So let's see our team's stat composition. Our priest in purple shows some decent int and wisdom stats, so we're good there. Our archer in green has the dex going on, but misses some agi and luck. And our warrior is all over the place. This definitely isn't going to be the strongest lineup, mostly due to our warrior. I mean, endurance is pretty important as a tank, as we can see in the stats on DFK docs. Focusing on defense, we need that. It was the first hero that I bought at floor price, completely new to the game. I started him out at the fishing quests and he has a gardening profession, so that's where I put all his stats. For now, he will not be in my first team lineup for combat, but I'll continue to specialize in gardening, even though it's not the best. We learn and better ourselves for the future. Everybody makes mistakes at the start. Luckily, I now have a couple of paladins and dark knights that can become that number 1 tank strength position. Plus, they also have the minor profession, so they are leveling up nicely. Let's replace the warrior gardener for a paladin. Only level 3 now, so 3 levels below the warrior. That's starting to look a lot better. 3 focus roles, and I also can immediately see that I should focus a bit more on leveling up the vitality. As a miner, it's not the most important stat, but as a tank it definitely is. It's a great visual tool to help you get prepared for the upcoming battles in DFK. Most of us are solely focusing on getting the most out of the quests, but this may be way more important in the future. Get prepared before the rest does and you'll be reaping the rewards. That's it for DFK Adventures, a truly great tool for a lot of different aspects of the game. Next up is a similar tool to DFK Adventures, but it's pretty much only a backup, so I'll only glance over it real quick. DFK Professions. When entering your hero ID, you'll get similar information, but it lacks the passives and actives. If you want to see the summon chances, you can do it in this area, but again, it's lacking some crucial information. However, if DFK Adventures is down for any reason, this tool might help you out. Up next is Nextdfkhero. This tool can help you find the right hero for your next summon. Instead of searching the entire tavern and checking the hero in DFK Adventures, they made a tool that gives you all the options in a heartbeat. Handy and saves a lot of time. Let's say we use this 123 123 hero here. We are looking for a hero to rent, but we can also look for a hero that's for sale. And we are looking for a Dark Knight with a mining profession. What hero is now available that gives us the best chance of summoning that? Well, let's check it out. Maybe this isn't the best class for this hero, so let's change that. Since it's a thief itself, let's search for another thief. We have a fisher, so having the mining profession makes it harder, but let's see what's available. That's a bit better. Here we see all the heroes available for rent and the chances of us getting exactly what we want. The actives and passives are included, and even better, we can see what it will cost us to rent the hero below, and the cost of summoning. If we just want to summon a thief and exclude the professions, we'll get better probabilities. You can also change the sorting to the lowest price here. It's a nice tool to find the right hero in a couple of seconds. That's it for the summoning tools. These should give you all the information you need, so dig into them. Start looking at stats and potentials before you spend your precious jewel. Next up is DFKTavern. But first, a little plug for the channel. If you enjoy this content and want to see more DFK info, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'd really appreciate a like so other people can more easily find the content. DFKTavern, the name pretty much sums it up, is a very helpful tool for checking everything going on in the tavern. They have a couple of different options here, so let's check all of them separately. The Tavern Auction Monitor scans DeFi Kingdoms for all hero listings in real time. If you're on the lookout for a specific hero with specific stats, then you can even set up an alert to be informed when one comes available. The filter system is expansive, including passives and actives, and even allowing you to search for certain recessive genes. And there's a lot more info to be found about the heroes when we click on them. Let's say we like a certain hero, but we want to learn more about it. Simply press the hero ID and we are redirected to a hero summary screen, called the Gokmashar or Gokmakar hero ranking. In the Gokmashar hero ranking screen, we can see a lot of the stats that we're now familiar with. But there are a couple of other exciting things to check out. A lot of these stats are based on this post by him. I love to work with stats and kinda nerd out with the possibilities, but I haven't found the time or willpower to fully understand this yet. But it might be something for some people out there to dig into. Nevertheless, what it gives us is a certain value that heroes can get in the profession, PvP and summoning area. It basically looks at the current stats and determines at what percentile the hero is now in those areas. I mean, again, I'm not totally clear on what this means, but it's good info to have. We can also see the progress the hero has made during leveling, seeing their base level and where he is now. DFKTavern also has information available on sold heroes in the hero auction history. It needs some time to load, but after that you can get a good idea on current market prices for heroes similar to those that you are interested in buying. The same filters can be applied here. So, before going through with the purchase, check the history to see if you're giving it a fair price. Besides that, DFKTavern has some nice info on the history of heroes, who summoned them, and basically who the parents, grandparents, etc. are. It's a fun little feature. On to DFKDefiToy. DFKDefiToy is quite similar. By using the filters, you can search for the perfect hero to buy. We can add the passives and actives here too. And we get a nice visual representation of the heroes available for sale. It's pretty much similar to DFKTavern, but with a different look and feel. And it's always good to have a backup. We can also see the sold heroes here. They also have a ranking available on current heroes. Rankings are based on level or profession or stats. If you want to get an idea on if you're in the top percentage with certain stats, then you can easily be disappointed here. I mean, there are level 15s already, and we have some Dread Knights with 46 in strength. Jeez. Anyway, good info to have. Now for some totally different tools. DFK Earn. First off, I want to mention that I personally do not use the next one and I don't endorse them. I'm just informing you about everything that's out there. It's outside of DeFi Kingdoms, but for people that don't mind connecting with apps outside the official ones, this might be useful for you. Let's start with the automated quests for heroes. The name pretty much says it all. After creating an account, you can link or stake your heroes with the automated quester. I haven't done this myself, but almost 400 users seem to have. Basically, what I reckon it does is decrease your downtime and make sure that your heroes are questing 24/7. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm simply not taking the risk. But if you're a busy guy or girl or have way too many heroes, it might be something for you. They also have Whale Watch. For people interested in seeing what the big whales are doing, you can pay a monthly fee to get updates on what's happening. But just as a quick in-between, if you want to know how many holders there are and what the big holders are doing, you can go to Harmony Block Explorer, put in the DeFi Kingdoms contract and check the holders. If you want the F address, press this button. Just a quick tip, but it can give you some insights. They also show the biggest trades going on in the last couple of days. It's a nice visual to get a feeling what bigger players are doing. Another quick in between, if you go to Dex Screener, where you can check the jewel graph and price action, you can filter here by pressing this button and setting a certain minimum amount. Eggs. There is also a marketplace where you can buy and sell certain items. Perhaps to not move the market, you can buy and sell here in bigger quantities. Not for me though, just as with the auto questing, I'm not interested in linking my wallet, including transactions to third parties. But if you want to take the chance, sometimes deals can be found here. Again, do this at your own risk. Now, some other things that can help you with DeFi Kingdoms. These are not necessarily tools, but they do all have crucial information. Let's start with Albus Images. Albus made a document with helpful images and links. Just like with the tools, I'll place the link in the description. Good idea to bookmark it for future reference. One that's missing here, but I think the same person made it, is this image. It shows you all the information for the new quests. Now this video is getting a bit long, but there's two more things I want to show you to give you some insights in DeFi Kingdoms itself. First up is this Harmony dashboard. This dashboard gives you all kinds of information on the recent stats of DeFi Kingdoms. You can check out the currency prices, information on jewel distribution, the liquidity pools and shares of it, but also information on the growth, or lack of DeFi Kingdoms. How many new accounts there are made recently, heroes summoned, quests done, potions made, etc. I haven't been able to figure out how to increase the time span because I'd love to go a bit further in the past, so if someone does figure it out, please share it in the comments. Last, you can see the number of items in circulation at this point. Okay, and finally, just a quick one, there is a block explorer for the DFK subnet on AVAX. Not going to dive too deep in it, but you can check transactions, volume, etc. for Crystalville or DFK chain in general here. Okay, lovely people, if you made it this far and if you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a follow and a like. It's taken quite some time to find all of these and tell you what they are all about, so even though the market is a bit in a hard place now, it's free to press that button. Don't forget that there is a part 1 with other awesome tools on my channel. If I missed any good other tools, please do let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and have a great day.